Hi, welcome back to At Home with Willow. This is episode 4 and we are at the end of our phase 1 renovations, and I'm so excited to show you everything that I accomplished in this video. Also, I just want to say, if you've been following along and watched all the other episodes that we've done together, then thank you so much for tuning in, and I've had so much fun documenting this whole process, and yeah, I'm very thankful for Spoak and to have this opportunity. So if you're new here or just jumping into this video, I definitely suggest watching the 3 episodes previous. My name is Greta. I'm a furniture maker in Los Angeles, and I have the furniture company Willow. In this episode, I'm really excited to show you the process of redoing the entire dining room and part of the kitchen. So the kitchen is still kind of a work in progress because I'm debating either building furniture for a corner in the kitchen as like a little kitchen nook, or sourcing vintage furniture for it. So I'm still kind of undecided and kind of looking online at some vintage options that I might just purchase for it. But overall, the dining room is unrecognizable. It looks so good, and it's very budget friendly. That's kind of the goal, I think, of these videos, is to show you that you can make big changes in your home, whether you rent or buy, and not have to spend a ton of money, and kind of break down that myth of anything you know, renovations or flipping a space or DIY just is it could be so affordable. Obviously it could be really expensive too, as I've learned the hard way in some aspects, but all these projects were really affordable. Most stuff I just did by myself, or sourced new furniture from affordable places, such as like secondhand on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, or IKEA, which is affordable, and they always have good stuff. So let's get into the dining room. So to start, I went into Spoak and just kind of made like an inspo board that gave me some ideas of what I was going for in terms of the dining room and painting the floors white and furniture. And then I pulled a bunch of stuff that I either already had or was building and put it all together. I added in the console like at the end, obviously, just because I thought it looked cool to incorporate the actual thing I made. But yeah, it helped me visualize like the table with the light and the rug and everything. So this is the starting point for the dining room. All I have really is this table, which I'm getting rid of. The chairs are vintage and I'm gonna keep those for now. And then the light fixture I'm keeping because it was hard to install and it's vintage and it just makes sense to keep it. But yeah, obviously that looks horrible and needs a ton of help. So let's start the transformation process. Okay, so here's the starting point for what I'm gonna be doing with the dining room. I just built a really rough frame for like the base of like a little media console. So I'm gonna make 2 of them and then panel plywood over it again so they're like more sturdy, and then sand them, stain them, and do all that. I think actually it would make more sense just solid. I think there's too much open space. So yeah, so this is 48 long. So I'm gonna do a second one. So it'll be 8 feet total. And then I was just about to put some like books and stuff, because this is just a frame. It looks horrible, but I'm gonna like stage it so I can just get an idea of like the height and everything, if it'll work. Okay, I know it looks crazy because it's not done, but I think that'll be a really cool like long bench type of situation. Yeah, now I'm gonna map out the dimensions of the table, the dining table that I think I'm gonna get, so I can get an idea of that. It is 35. All right, I marked the floor. So that's how wide the new table would be, which is essentially the same as this one, maybe a little thinner. And then it's extendable. So the longest distance is 82, which is like right there, which I think fills the room actually pretty nicely. But the minimum is 61, which is a little bit in from the original table leg. So I could use both lengths, but I think I would do the longer one, because like this, the problem with this table is it just doesn't like fill the space the right way. I think if there was more length and it was a little skinnier, it would just like look a little bit better. I think I'm gonna have this whole thing be like a built-in. I think that will fill the room a bit better. And then I'm gonna get a rug, which I just measured, and it's gonna be almost, it's like 6'7" by 9 feet, which will fill this room really well too. So yeah, I think just trying to add like a way to fill the space without cluttering it, but just not making it look random, because this table in here obviously right now looks very random. The console is coming to life. I basically just rough cut everything and built these like cubes or rectangles. The backs are open, so it's a little lighter to carry, and they're obviously separated. So in total it's 8 feet long. The tops are not attached, and there's side paneling that will go on that's also not attached, because I need to get the right sanding pads and sand this layer underneath so it's more even, and then I'm gonna attach the two finished top parts. I'm gonna sand everything to get rid of like the marker lines and stuff and the sticker, and then I'm gonna stain it. I haven't decided yet. I might just do like a clear sealant, because I do like the look of the plywood, and I love the grain on it. I think it's really pretty. So okay, I just finished sanding it and like putting the final paneling on, but I think it's so cute. I think I'm gonna wait until I paint the floors, like assemble the new table, do the rug, to decide if I want to stain it like a whitewash wood stain over the plywood, which would be cute, but it would lighten it up like a lot. Or I could just seal it with a matte sealant. But like it looks so cute, and I feel like an 8-foot credenza would be so expensive, and I did this for probably less than $300, so definitely worth it. Love how it looks. It's so like the vibe of like the mid-century house, and I feel like it's pretty like classic, so it won't just go like out of trend. I'm assembling my new dining table, and I realized I only got 2 boxes, and it's a 3-box assembly. So I need to go back to IKEA today and get the 3rd box. This is the current situation. Are you helping? I went back to IKEA and got the extra box I forgot. So I'm gonna try to finish this today. Okay, I finally finished the table. I'm obsessed. I think the color is so much better. Once the floors are white, and then I can put down like a big jute rug. The old table's right here. I think it'll look so good, and I'm excited. I ordered like table linens from this company called Bed Threads, and those are supposed to arrive tomorrow. So once those come, I'm gonna like fully set the table and make it look super nice. So yeah, I'm very stoked. And for such a steal, this dining table that could definitely seat 6, probably 8 people, was $3.99 from IKEA. So it's a good deal. The veneer, it's like a birch veneer, is really pretty. It's extendable, so this is the extra leaf, and it can be shorter obviously, but I think it's so nice. So I'm very happy with this. Okay, well, I ran out of paint, so I just did essentially one light layer. I'm gonna obviously have to do another layer. So I just found a store that has the paint, but you can kind of see on like thicker spots where it really does like mute out the tile. I just need to do a lot more. So I'm gonna go let this dry, and then I'm gonna go get a couple more cans of the base coat, so I can do the kitchen again, and then I'll do the dining room twice, and then I'll seal it all at once. Okay, I've done one layer. I decided to do it just like quick, so it's obviously really patchy, but I have faith. I'm about to do the second layer. You can see in some spots where it's like a little thicker. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the second layer, and then I should be good. Okay, it is the next morning, and I just did the final coat, which is like a sealant. So that's why it's like kind of shiny. But basically it is, let me find it. It's the step 2. This is what I used. I used step 1, which was like a paint, and then this is the semi-gloss coating. So this prevents it from chipping or scratching, ideally. So yeah, we'll see. This takes 24 hours to dry, it says. So I need to just leave it alone for a full day, and then I'll come back and see what it looks like. Okay, so the dining room is pretty much done. It finally dried, the floor is finally dried. So I put the rug down, I put the credenza back in the new table. You can see into the kitchen. Hi. I thought it would be fun to finally show you the garage. So that's been a really long work in progress of kind of just organizing and using Spoak to visualize that organization. So while Spoak is a great tool for planning out furniture and putting together budgets and you know, kind of like visualizing projects as a whole, I've found that it's actually really helpful for organization purposes. So even with using it to lay out the garage, I wasn't really using it to like buy or visualize things I wanted to buy. It was more so just to get an idea of space and layout before I committed the time to moving stuff around because it's heavy. So yeah, so I used Spoak to kind of lay that out and just get an idea of what I was thinking. And the final product I'm really happy with. It's also my workspace, so it's really important that it is in order, and I put so much time and effort into getting it to where it was. When I first moved into this house, it was so disorganized because I had just moved out of an old studio for Willow, so we kind of just threw everything in the garage, and it's at such a better spot now, and it's functional as a workspace. It's good for storage. I have a treadmill in there so I can work out. I have my laundry in there, so I really figured out a way to utilize the space that makes sense in so many different ways. So here's how the garage is looking. I have my laundry, my sink. This is all my shipping stuff. These are orders I'm working on. This is where I mostly make everything. I have more stuff drying over here. Lots of tile and supplies over there. But yeah, it's pretty basic, but it just gets the job done a lot better. Just storage, more wood, my treadmill, more tile. Yeah, it's basic, but it's really functional and I'm happy with it. And then I figured, as a little bit of a bonus content for the last episode, I'm gonna make this into a guest room because my sister is visiting me next week, and this is the spare room that I intended to be a guest room, and this is what it's looking like. So yeah, let's jump into this whole project because I have like a week to get it done before she comes here, and I want everything to look good. I assembled the bed. I opened the mattress and it's like currently expanding, I guess is what it does. So I'm just gonna like do all the bedding tomorrow. But it's super cute. I like that it's like a linen headboard, and then I just got this like IKEA stool as a side table for now. But it looks so good, and I have some extra like lighting. I have these two Danish lights that go into the walls, but I don't think that exactly would work in here. I feel like something on this wall, maybe like mounted, would be kind of cool. But yeah, overall I think it looks so good, and I'm very excited to have like a little guest room. I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was fun to kind of throw in the guest room as like a little final piece, which has been great. My sister came into town and loved it, and loved the dining room and the kitchen, and it was great. So yeah, I'm really happy how this came together. I feel so good in the space, and hopefully at the end of the year I can tackle phase 2, which will be kind of gutting the kitchen, gutting the bathrooms eventually. Yeah, it's a big project. It's ongoing, and that's the biggest thing. I think the biggest takeaway, for me at least, is planning ahead is so important, and using Spoak to plan ahead has been a game changer because it really helped me visualize before pulling the trigger on certain decisions. Especially with DIY projects, they can go in two very different directions, and I've definitely had some where I started them without thinking it through, didn't really have like inspo put together, didn't really have a plan, and they were a disaster. So I think for these projects it was a lot different because it was so planned out, and the outcome was honestly great, and I'm super happy with it. So I think planning ahead is really important as a takeaway, and I think also just believing in yourself and being confident in your sense of style and your eye for interior design, and really embracing your style. And yeah, I think that's so easy nowadays with so much information on the internet and so many people pushing their own styles. It's easy to kind of just see that and want to imitate that, which is fine, but I also think it's important to think about what you like, and if you like bright colors, then do bright colors. If you like, you know, all neutrals or monochrome, then like do it. You should just enjoy your space without feeling the pressure of trying to conform to a trend, in so many words. Yeah, just be true to yourself. Have fun with it, because it really is a fun process. If you ever have DIY questions, feel free to reach out to me on social media. Make sure you're following Spoak for all the content they're putting out. Is so fun, and hopefully I'll see you in the future. Thank you so much for watching.